Hello, this is Orange Cat, and yes, Arthur apparently is making new episodes still. Not just that, but Mr. Ratburn got married. And let's be honest, we all knew Mr. Ratburn is gay. So he gets married in this new episode. Aired actually premiered today. I believe we're in season 23 or something ridiculous of the show right now. Yeah, Arthur's made new episodes every year since 1996. It's just one of those shows. I think if you grew up at some point around the mid to late 2000s, you just stop paying attention, and then maybe you hear about a news update here or there about a certain episode here or there. I think a couple years ago, an episode where the kids finally got out of third grade, only to have Mr. Ratburn also be their fourth grade teacher. They had an episode where Miss McGrady had cancer. But fun fact, PBS no longer airs that episode because that episode had Lance Armstrong. And then not too long after the episode first aired, he kind of had the news start to break about him cheating using steroids, kind of nullifying all the times he won the Tour de France and stuff. But yeah, and this guy here he's marrying is the local chocolate salesman. So that's just, and I think he's the first time I remember seeing this character. He's not one of the more well known regular male characters of the show. But basically, this episode, you have Ratburn. Oh, he's getting married. He announces to the class. The kids kind of start spying him. They see this woman in the white pantsuit to the left, with them, thinking, oh, this is the bride. And she's this very strict type of woman. She's voiced by Jane Lynch, by the way, who is the was the mean gym teacher in Glee, if you're unaware of who she is. The Sue something. I forgot what her character's name was. I don't never watched Glee, so I don't give a shit about that. But yeah, she's mean. The kid's oh god, she's gonna make him toughen up, and he's gonna be an absolutely difficult teacher. So they try all these ways to break up the wedding and stuff. Typical sitcom, typical Arthur. Kids try to do something and it fails. In the end, they've realized, oh wait, no, that's just his older sister. That's not his bride. So who is he marrying? And he walks down the aisle with the chocolate salesman. But the kids openly told, oh, we're getting our teacher to break up with his paramour. So you gotta imagine, he takes it nicely. At the end, when he walks by Arthur, who straight up told him this, he's oh, just winks at him, hey, I know, but it's cool. That's interesting, you know. And this is a show that's been kind of more willing to be more progressive, I would say. I mean, it's on PBS, of course it's gonna be progressive. They had an episode in 2011 where George made friends with a kid who has Asperger's, were able to address something like cancer. I think that was in 2010. They said, "Oh yeah, by the way, the lunch lady has cancer." And then in a admittedly very cringy episode last year, you had where Arthur was trying to protest for Miss McGrady, and he wrote a letter and got John Lewis to show up. If you don't know who John Lewis is, he was kind of affiliated the whole March on Washington stuff. He's currently a House representative from the state of Georgia, and he's in the news a lot in Georgia. Basically, he's been in Congress for 5 million years at this point in general. But back to this episode, it was interesting. I mean, if you're doing an episode where you want to get people to watch the show again, to be hey, let's get trending on Twitter. I've seen this. This is actually trending on Twitter. This is the type of episode to do it. Be hey, the kids are finally graduating, or hey, Mr. Rapburn's getting married for a change, and he's gay. It's just this interesting thing. I mean, I don't have an opinion on this. People some people are oh, they're making kids gay. No, no, no. I think kids can understand. Hey, people can marry whoever the fuck they want, and that's cool. That's totally cool. That's something we should really encourage. But really, what do you guys have to think about this episode? Did you watch this episode? Are you just as surprised that I am that Arthur is still making new episodes to this day? Because I know that surprised me. What do you guys think? Please leave your comment below. I really like hearing your guys' opinions. And yeah, if you like this content, for more content like this, please subscribe. Please hit that notification button. I hope you enjoyed. I am Orange Cat, and that is all.